What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to do a video on how to install Hyline hood louver on a Jeep JK. I got this, it came raw aluminum. My plan is to eventually get it color matched red to match my Jeep, but for now I just plastic dipped it so I could install it and then take it off later when I want to get it painted by a shop. Great price. I like this a lot better than the Poison Spider one, because as you can see, there's no holes. It's very smooth. The studs are pressed in, opposed to the Poison Spider where you put bolts through. I like this look a lot better. It's very streamlined. But go ahead and get started. Tools you'll need for this. The instructions on this is actually really well. So you'll need ratchet, sockets, a drill with 1/16, 3/4, and 1/4, and 1-inch hole saw, little cutoff wheel, paint, glasses, blah blah blah, a file. So pretty much the first step in this process is to go to your Jeep and take off the footman's loop. I'll go over to the Jeep. But yeah, you can take off the footman's loop, the bumpers, and the windshield washer. Alright, so I just went ahead and took them off the Jeep. The footman's loop is this guy, goes right in the hood. Take the bolts off that behind that. The bumpers, you pinch it, pull it out, and same with the windshield wiper nozzle. Take that out. So after you have those off, take the hood off. I'm gonna have to take my high lift off. Take these those torque spits off, and the grounding strap on the hood. Pop it off and take it to a workbench. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take my high lift off, take the hood off, and go ahead and throw it in my garage. Alright, so as you can tell, we got the hood off. The next step is going to be using the template, putting that on the hood, drilling the holes and cutting out. What Hyline recommended was to line the edges of the template or the grill or the hood with tape so it doesn't scratch it up. I'm fresh out of tape, so I just hit the edge with a layer of plasti dip. So I'm going to let this dry. Once that dries, I'm going to throw it on the hood, and from there we line up all the holes with the footman loop and the bumpers, and put those on with the template on there, and then we'll go from there, start drilling and cutting. While I'm waiting, a lot of people are probably be scared to do this just because you're cutting into your hood. Honestly, I don't think it's a big deal. Just go for it. I don't think you'll regret it. I don't really see how you would. The benefits of having a hood louver is the engine's going to run cooler. It's going to run more efficiently. If you've ever been on a long trip on the road in the summer, or even just off-roading, you touch your hood and you realize how hot it is. Hot engines are not happy engines. So it'll definitely keep it a little bit cooler. If you're having overheating problems, this isn't going to help you, or won't solve your issue. It'll definitely help you though. So it never hurts to let the excess heat out of your engine. Heat rises, so let it go out of a louver. So, alright, I'm going to let the plastic dip dry and throw the template on the hood. Alrighty, so the hood louver is on. One thing I noticed is the bumpers didn't want to go all the way through the template, but about a 1/4 inch was showing, so it was enough to line up. Put the footman's loop in, nice and tight, and then I also put the windshield wiper nozzle on, because that's what you can actually look at really close to verify the alignment. Let's see if I can zoom in. But yeah, you're going to want to align it by that. So yeah, got that done. It's where I want it to be. I'm going to tape it in a few places around it just so it doesn't move. It really shouldn't, but just tape it down so in case you knock the hood, it's not going anywhere. Next, I'm going to drill the hole here, put a bolt through, tighten it, and drill the hole in this corner, bolt it, and tighten it. And from there, we'll start drilling all the other holes. But I'm going to go ahead and drill these two out with the, let's see, 3/16 bit. Yeah. Drill it through and put the nut on, screw a nut. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so we got one corner drilled, the first one. I'm definitely going to double check the alignment, make sure it's where we're at. And then in the opposite corner, give it a a little bounce, make sure it's all settled out, and we're just gonna go for it. Drill it right out. Alrighty, next step is to drill out all the holes on the template. Really small, 1/16 is the size, which is tiny. These break all the time, so if you don't have a few of them, you know, go to a hardware store and definitely get a few, because it always sucks to be in the middle of a project, enjoying some beer, and then you know, your one drill bit breaks, and then you got to run out to the store. So just gonna go around and drill each and every one of those out, and so it's gonna take a while, but knock it out. Alright, now that we're done drilling all the holes, including these inside ones, those are for your hole saw to make nice cuts. But yeah, like now that we've already drilled all the holes, we're gonna get a Sharpie and trace the outline of the template just on the inside. This is where we're gonna be cutting with our cutoff wheel to actually cut the slots in the hood so the heat can come out. So trace these 3 sections, and then we'll start cutting. Alright, now that the template is removed and we have all the small holes drilled, we're going to drill them all out again with a 1/4 inch drill bit. So drill all those out and then flip it over, and the ones that didn't go all the way through we're going to hit with the hole saw. I'll show you that in a minute, but just go ahead and drill all I think 38 of them. Yep, 38 of them out with a 1/4. Alright, so we drilled every hole to a 1/4 inch. Next step is to get our hole saw, 1-inch hole saw, and do all these holes inside the cutout. 1, 2, there's a total of 14 between that one, and that one. 14, and then we're going to flip the hood over and do the hole saw cutouts on the holes that go through the frame bracing. So do that. Alrighty, got all the 1-inch holes cut on the bottom. So that's pretty much it for drilling. All we got to do now is with our cutoff wheel, cut the lines nice and smooth. You don't want to cut through the bottom bracing, so I got this. You can get these little cutoff wheels at Harbor Freight if you don't have one. This one is like $5. It's air tool, or it's pneumatic, so you're gonna have to get an air compressor or get the electric one. I like this style better than the your typical grinder, because you have a little more control over this depth. So whatever you want to use, just don't cut too deep. You just want to cut that top layer of sheet metal off. And let's do it. Alright, so hood has been cut. Definitely takes a while, you know, making sure you're not cutting through that frame. But you know, slow and steady and you'll get it. If you're doing the hood louver mostly for looks, you honestly don't need to cut out this whole section. You know, you could just drill a bunch of small holes, or you know, not even cut it at all. But that defeats the purpose of the hood vent. So, but yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and cut the whole thing, get as much heat out as I could. So I'm gonna clean up all these metal shavings and dust, and there's the louver right there. Throw her on there and install it. So you know, the studs are just gonna go in all these holes. I'll throw some Loctite or some type of lubricant or something on those studs, and then tighten down the nuts, and then put everything back on the Jeep. Alright guys, so as you noticed, went ahead and got it on the Jeep. Kind of ran out of time. I was gonna show you guys how to, you know, actually install it, but it's pretty easy. Put it down and put all the nuts on. One thing I mistakenly said in the last like 20 seconds ago was talking about the studs and nuts to use Loctite or lubricant. I did not mean Loctite, I meant anti-seize. Loctite is a horrible idea on these. Don't use it. Wanted to clarify that before I finished up for the night. So yeah, put that on, and whenever you're getting these the nuts, putting the nuts on, just snug. Don't get them too tight. You don't want to strip out that stud. Remember, it's just pressed in. So I let the few out because I'm going to remove this once I get it actually painted, you know, to match the Jeep, color match. The plastic dip will work for now, but it's definitely not ideal. So yeah, and of course after you cut, you can, you know, sand the edges, file them, and paint some, you know, get some clear coat so it doesn't rust out on the hood. I didn't do that this time just because I'm taking it off. When I get it sent out to be painted is when I'll clean this up really good. But I just wanted to get it on for now so I could actually benefit from the hood louver opposed to it, you know, sitting in my garage for so long. But yeah, once you throw it back on the Jeep, put the footman loop on. Same with your where are they? Those guys, which are your little hood fucking thingies. Jeez, bumpers, hood bumps, and then ground strap and your washer fluid hose. And that's it. So let me go ahead and close this and take a look at what the finished product looks like. So there it is. I did have to touch up a spot right here with plasti dip, so that'll dry and smooth out. Looks good, man. I really like it. You can see some of the waves here from where I didn't tighten down all the studs, but like I said, it'll come off in a little bit. There's another touch-up spot. So plasti dip, it worked. If you're gonna do this, if you like the black, honestly, I would just get it powder coated from Hyline. It's not that much more expensive and you save money. But if you want to get it color matched, which I think looks sweet with these because it's super sleek, just get it raw aluminum and take it to a body shop or somewhere that can color match it. I sprayed it with water. It gets on the engine a little bit, but nothing bad. No major spots to really be concerned about. The alternator doesn't get too wet. There's no sensors it's really hitting. But yeah, so stay tuned for some more videos on performance. I'd actually like to get my scanner and see what the temp under hood, the intake temp is now. Hopefully everything's cooler in there. So but yeah, turned out great. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the comments. And as always, subscribe to see more videos.